Now I'm gonna see. Gonna get more people to join, and then we'll get into it. But first, we're gonna get into some news, and then Elimination Chamber.
Hendrick Subaru,
All right.
your home for new and certified pre-owned
Make
Subarus.
sure we're on time. All right. KMG284. Hi, bro. What is up, KMG284? Hunter the Streak. What up, Alex? What is up, Hunter the Streak? What up? How you doing? I am doing good. Daniel Soto, how are you? Going Dauntless. What is up, Alex? What is up, Going Dauntless? First, we're gonna get into some news first, and then we're gonna get into the Elimination Chamber predictions. So if that is cool with y'all, then I should be in for a fun ride. MWPW Wrestling. Hi, Alex. Hey, what's up? MWPW Wrestling. Xavier Howard. What's up, bro? How's life? Life is good. How about you? Hunter the Streak. AEW Dynamite was an awesome show last night. Yes, it was, and I enjoyed myself in person. I saw your Dynamite video. The crowd was dead for Guevara versus Allen. Well, to me, it didn't look like it in my opinion, but maybe doing the entrances, I'll give you that, because the crowd was way more into Darby than more into Sammy, and then the ending kind of killed it. So yeah. Okay. Let me refresh my thing. I want to make sure I'm in sync. Alright. Okay. Alright, we're gonna give about, I'm gonna start at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock, I'm gonna start, and then I'll get into the news and predictions. So I'm gonna give everybody until 8 o'clock p.m. my time to join. And if they're not here by then they can come in late. I don't care. But yeah. Rhea Ripley will win the the Elimination Chamber match. I can actually see that happening, honestly. But they're more than likely gonna, well, let me not get into that yet. Do you think Cody will go to WWE, and do you think they will actually push him this time? Maybe. I don't see WWE pushing Cody Rose. They might push him for the first couple months, and then once they take out all that value in him, nope, they'll kill him. What up, Alex? How's life and how's the family? Life is going good, my man. How about you? Do you think Cody will join WWE, NWA, ROH, Impact, or New Japan? I could see him going to any of those companies. I can, see him buying out Ring of Honor, to be honest. I'm not a financial advisor, but if he has the money to do it, then he should do that. What up? Kalo does everything. Are you watching SmackDown? No, I'm not watching SmackDown. I already put up the spoilers, and I really don't care for the show, to be honest. I saw Rampage last night in person. No need to watch it again. So yeah. I am 19 years old. My birthday is on July 31st. I will turn 20 this year. That is good, my man. Big 20 in the building. Brock will win the Elimination Chamber. Khalil Polk, what is up? What is up, Khalil Polk? Yeah, man. All right, 7:56. Four more minutes, and then I will go straight in. You can't lie, Stardust theme was catchy. I'll give you that. That could be a hot take. Jay White's debut was great. Yes, it was. And he killed it last night in his AEW in-ring debut. I will mark out if Shane McMahon, Cody Rose, Brandy Rose, and maybe Triple H brought Ring of Honor, kept the name, and made it awesome. You know, if they were actually smart, they would actually come together and do that. And plus, you know, add Stephanie in the mix. So you can add Shane, Stephanie, Cody, Brandy, and Triple H. Ring of Honor. Woo-hoo. Cody Rose Kingdom theme is in my top 5 theme list. I had theory that he's taking a break because he has a kid to take care of, which is true, and he has shows to work on, which is true. This could be like how HBK took a 4-year break from WWE, so we might see him later. Yeah, I won't be surprised if Cody Rose comes back to AEW, honestly. I think he'll be back this year. So yeah, somewhere. If we see Cody Rose back in AEW, we probably will not see him again until after the Revolution pay-per-view. So yeah. Alice, WWE is like pulling teeth. Yeah, man. All right, 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. I plan on being a wrestler once I graduate from high school. I would love to win the ROH Pure title. Oh, that's very good, my man. Hopefully you can achieve that dream and work towards it. I would love to see if any of my subscribers, if any of y'all are planning on becoming professional wrestlers, you know, go out. You know, go out go try it out, man. You know, don't give up. You know, I would love to see some of my subscribers on TV one day. You know, win championships all over the world and etc. So if any of my subscribers plan on becoming professional wrestlers, man, go for it. I will fully support y'all. We have to watch a pre-recorded SmackDown. Well, it's your choice if you want to watch it or not. I'm not watching it because I just don't care for it, and plus I'll be doing something else tomorrow. That's more important than watching SmackDown. Who's your top 5 wrestlers? Ooh, that's a tough one. Top 5 wrestlers. Well, Adam Cole's one of them. They're not in order, by the way. So, Adam Cole. Let's see. Adam Cole, Trey Miguel, Roman Reigns, obviously. Who else? Sammy Guevara. And who's another one? I would say, So I got Reigns, Guevara. Who else? Reigns, Guevara, Trey Miguel. Dang, man. There's too many names, man. So many great ones out there. Reigns, Nakamura. No, Reigns. Oh. Reigns, Guevara, Miguel. I would say Oh, Roxy. Yeah, that's and Danielson, yeah. Did I go past 5? I think I did. Whatever, I'm tripping. All right. You heard about Tegan Knox talking about the WWE Women's Division is reverting back into the Divas era. Yes, I read that, and I will talk about that. Actually, let me pull that up. Wonder what Jay White and Ring going to like in AEW. You see for yourself tomorrow, my man. No spoilers. Your list is pretty dope. Thank you, my man. I appreciate it. To me, Cody should beat Roman for the title if he wants to come back to WWE. I'm just getting tired of seeing Brock win everything. I will agree on the Brock part. But the Cody situation, I will talk about. Allison, no Sasha Banks on WrestleMania this year. She better be involved in that Ronda Rousey Charlotte match. Rousey, Deanna, and Charlotte are the best female wrestlers today. Yes, I would not. I would not put Charlotte on that list. I don't. I don't like Charlotte. Um, Roxy, Deanna, Io Shirai, uh, Thunder Rosa, Britt Baker are my top 5 women in the industry. No offense to you, Storm guys out there. Oh no, we can't leave out Sasha Banks. I would actually replace Britt. Replace Sasha with Britt. No, replace Britt with Sasha. Y'all get what I mean. All right, but yeah. All right. We're gonna get into some news first. It is finally 8 o'clock. Well, 2 minutes past 8 o'clock. We're gonna get into some news first, and then we're gonna get into the Elimination Chamber predictions. So sit back for the ride. It's gonna be a great one. And without further ado, let's get straight into it. After I take the sip of water. All right. So WWE reportedly offers contract to top women's free agent. Breaking news. Wait, what? What's going on? Did something come up? All right. AEW needs to boost their women's roster. They should sign Amber Moon, Mia Yim, Toni Storm, and Ty Valkyrie. I'm pretty sure 3 of those 4 win a lot then. All right. WWE has reportedly offered a contract to former ROH Women's World Champion Rousey. We know that back in mid-January how WWE had strong interest in Rousey after she performed well at the December WWE Performance Center tryouts. It was noted that there was a significant push within WWE to get Rousey signed to a contract, and that was before her performance at the tryouts. Guys, I'll read y'all questions after I get done talking about the piece of news that I'm covering. All right, in an update, F4W Online reports that Rousey took part in another WWE tryout camp, a recent one, her second time, and this time she was offered a contract. The 20-year-old Rousey, her real name is Carla Gonzalez, began training in the ring at the age of 13. Then at the age of 16, she moved on to the Reality Wrestling School and promotion owned by WWE Hall of Famer Booker T, where she is a one-time ROW Diamonds Division champion. She made her pro debut in December 2018 and was trained by Booker, Daga, Gino Medina, Johnny Angel, and etc. Rousey became the inaugural ROH Women's World Champion back in September by defeating Miranda Elise, how do you pronounce her last name? I'm sorry if I botched it. In the finals of a tournament to crown the first ever Ring of Honor Women's World Champion. She made 8 successful title defenses before dropping the strap to AAA Women's Champion Deonna Purrazzo in a winner-takes-all match on Impact Wrestling last month. Rousey then made her MLW debut at the recent Blood and Thunder tapings on January 21st, going up against Miranda Gordy in a match that will air soon. Rousey's mother recently shared a clip to her Instagram stories that shows a younger Rousey talking to Natalya about wanting to be a wrestler while staying outside of a WWE live event. The clip aired on an episode of Total Divas a few years back. There is no word on if Rousey will accept the contract offer from WWE, but we'll keep you updated. A new WWE Performance Center class is scheduled to report later this month, so we should know more before then, more about them. Excuse me. Stay tuned for more. Honestly, I think she's locked in. I think Rousey is locked into WWE. I think she's committed to it. WWE has been her lifelong dream, and I'm not gonna. Nobody can take that away from her. Nobody can take that away from the woman. She's, in my opinion, she's a top 5 women's professional wrestler, and I hope when she comes to WWE, if she accepts the contract, I hope when she comes to WWE, I hope they know what to do with the woman. The woman is 20 years old. You got money in this woman. This woman could be your next Sasha Banks for WWE. If you just go out there and let her do what she does. You don't need to change anything about the woman, to be honest. You don't need to change her name. You don't need to change her gimmick. You don't need to change anything. Knowing WWE, she will probably have to change her name and get the Rousey name trademark, just in case she something happens and contract expires and she wants to go, or she gets, worst case scenario is she gets released. So if one of those scenarios happens, which I pray doesn't happen, she can go back to using the Rousey name on the indies outside of WWE or in AEW Impact. And, you know, Rousey is only 20 years old. You know, if WWE doesn't work out, she'll still be young, you know, to go somewhere else. You know, I believe you get like I heard Vince McMahon gives out like 6-month contracts to new people that come into WWE. So most likely she's going to get a 6-month deal, and then it's going to get bumped up to years. So let's say in 3 years, if things don't work out with WWE, then she can go to AEW. The Impact will be around. MLW. And she'll only be 23, 24 by then. So yeah, Rousey is a very talented woman at her age, and she is better than 90% of the WWE women's main roster. And some of the NXT women. The only ones that are exempt are Sasha Banks, Io Shirai, Candice LeRae. Obviously, she's pregnant right now, about to give birth. Dakota Kai. And who else? Yeah. That's all I got. That's all I named. And Bayley. But, you know, Rousey is a very talented woman. You know, she can target that younger demographic. She's got the list. I ain't gonna lie, she's a very attractive woman. She's beautiful, okay? You know, don't get me wrong. But, you know, she's very talented in the ring, and she's the next Sasha Banks. You can make money off of the women. I swear to God, please listen to me. I know somebody from WWE is watching my videos. Listen to me. You got to capitalize on the woman. You got to make money off of the woman. See, if it was up to me, I would send her straight to the main roster. I don't care. She doesn't need NXT in my opinion. I'll just send her straight to the main roster. But that's just me, in my opinion. Alice is simp. Hello. Yeah, man. She is beautiful though. You know what I'm saying? All right, let me read some of y'all's comments that y'all left me. Okay. Bianca better get her title back as a black woman who got beaten 25 seconds by a white lady who came back from giving birth. She deserves it. AEW, okay, I already read that. Alex, Deonna Purrazzo, open challenge at no surrender, who accepts, excuse me. Rousey should be a future WWE Women's Champion. I agree. She better be Women's Champion her first year, second year in WWE. I swear to God. You heard about Brian Cage supposed to be coming to WWE? I heard rumors. No, I haven't heard about that. She held the title for 119 days, defended it 8 times. She defended the title every 14 days with a champion. And she made a championship prestigious more than WWE's women. I noticed something. WWE only released certain people. WWE never released people like Roman or Charlotte or people that make the money. I agree. Are you going to talk about Cody? Yes, I'm going to talk about Cody. I could literally get with Rousey one day. We're only 3.5 years apart. Oh, man. So are we out here sipping for Rousey, man? Sheesh. Yeah. Yeah, we're 2 years apart between me and her. She's 20, I'm 18. So, yeah. Okay. All right. Moving on. Apparently, former Ring of Honor talent Quinn McKay joins WWE at NXT Level Up taping. McKay served as a backstage interviewer, commentator, and wrestler in Ring of Honor. Former ROH talent Quinn McKay, Ring of Honor, made her debut as a WWE on-air personnel at tonight's NXT Level Up taping Tuesday night's NXT Level Up taping at the WWE Performance Center. If you guys have not heard, WWE has got rid of the 205 Live name. They got rid of it, so there's no more 205 Live. They replaced it with NXT Level Up. And apparently Quinn McKay will use the name Kelly Kinzad. Hopefully I pronounced that right. In WWE. Real name, Kelly Verbill. McKay made a wrestling debut in 2018 on the indie scene. She joined Ring of Honor in 2019, primarily serving as a backstage interviewer, though McKay also worked as a color commentator and wrestled a handful of matches for the company. Hey, why don't you add Quay McKay as a wrestler? You know, she doesn't have to wrestle every week, but you know, if she wants to put her in a wrestling role. She can do the interviewing. She can still do the interviewing and the commentating stuff. Put her in a wrestling role. Come on now, put her in ring. While primarily used as an enhancement talent, McKay took part in the RH Women's World Championship Tournament in 2021, making it to the quarterfinals, where she lost to eventual tournament winner Rousey. Rousey was recently offered a WWE deal, which we just talked about. Based in Baltimore, McKay also wrestled 3 matches for the MCW promotion in November and December 2021, with the last match taking place at the Last Call event in Jopa, Maryland on December 30th. NXT Level Up will debut this Friday on WWE Network and Peacock, replacing the 205 Live show. Do any of y'all care about this Level Up show? No. But Quinn McKay, man, she signed with the WWE, and I believe she's one of the first. She's the first Ring of Honor talent that took a hiatus. So, if she's happy, then she's happy. You know, I'm happy for the woman, Quinn McKay. Honestly, how I would deal with her, you know, keep her doing the same role she was doing in Ring of Honor. I would put her in a wrestler role, to be honest. I would not have her doing all this, the interviewing stuff and the commentating stuff all the time. She can still do it, but just have her get a wrestling role, man. Let's get her in the ring. I would like to see the woman. So yeah. Okay, let's read some comments. That's funny from Hunter the Streak. Alice, I guess our boy Junkie took the night off. J _Murph. Hello, what is up, my man? Hunter the Streak, I'll be right back. Okay, go ahead. Bro, WWE needs to pull date together. WWE needs to get some free agents that's free. There's a lot of people free. WWE is not going to sign any of those free agents. Mainly because WWE is looking for young and fresh. They're not looking for any women. They're not signing any women's wrestlers under the age of 25, and they're not signing any male wrestlers that's not. WWE is not going to sign any male free agents unless you're over 6'2" and 240 pounds. That's all they're looking for. Don't jinx my guy. I went to Kicking the Ross AEW live stream, and he's been trolling experiment. Oh, so he's been in the other popular wrestling community YouTube channels. Okay. All right. But fuck him. I ain't worried about him. All right. Brock Lesnar on the problems with today's wrestlers. In an appearance on the Pat McAfee show, WWE Royal Rumble winner Brock Lesnar talked about how the difference between the WWE locker room when he was coming up and the WWE locker room now. Brock believes that the younger WWE talent needs to step up. And he said, in quote, "It's just kind of weird how to hold the revolutionary door, you know." I'm sorry, I can't read. I'm still learning my words. Lesnar said, "Because when I first came up, it was like, you know, The Undertaker and Steve Austin, and I can go on and on with the guys, but now I'm the old, you know what, walking down the halls. I'm looking at these young kids, and I don't know. Someone needs to step up. That means get over. Figure out how to put in seats, how to put asses in seats. Not worry about your next high spot. Figure out how the hell can I be different? Like, how can I make money? That's it. That's the business." When asked further about the younger generation of wrestlers didn't get, Lesnar pointed to them thinking that they just needed to go out and do certain moves over and over again. For Lesnar, it all comes down to storylines and good versus evil, much like his current feud with WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns. In quotation, "The young generation thinks that if they can go out and do a certain move and do it over and over, you know, that's not the business," Lesnar said. "There's a good guy and a bad guy. You know, like Holyfield versus Tyson. Like, you know, mega heavyweights. I don't like that guy. I like him. Pitting people against each other, storylines, and you know, that's what's fun about me coming back this time with storyline with Roman Reigns. Being with Paul Heyman for 15 years and now Paul's with Roman. I'm sorry if I can't get some of the words out. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be real. Like, I'm gonna disagree with Brock Lesnar on that statement that he said. When he said, "I'm looking at these young kids and I don't know. Someone needs to step up." That means get over. Figure out how to fucking put asses in seats. Not worry about your next high spot. Figure out how the hell I can be different. Like, how can I make money? That's it. That's a business. Brock, listen. You gotta realize that it's not the wrestler's fault for not getting over. It's not the young talent's fault for not getting over. It's creatives. It is Vince McMahon's, Bruce Pritchard, John Laurinaitis. It's their fault. It's creative. It's not the wrestler's fault. It's not the wrestler's fault. I don't know why some of these majority of these people blame the wrestlers that their championship reigns are boring. Oh, this guy's being booked properly. Oh, he doesn't know what he's doing. It's creative. It is not the wrestler's fault. Creative is the reason why the young talents are not getting over. You know, they're not bringing in any money to the company. Yeah, they need to step up to Vince. The problem is that they're scared to do that because they have a gut feeling they're gonna get fired. Bro, it's so many puppets in the locker room. WWE has the talent, they just don't know how to use them the right way. And you know, and I wish some of the wrestlers would speak up. You know, go up to Vince, go up to the creative team. Be like, hey, I can make you money, just use me right. Just book me properly. You know, I'm not saying put a world championship on me, but give me the opportunity to shine and show you that I can make you money. You know, I wish wrestlers would step up to Vince McMahon, man. Stop being puppets in the locker room. That's another problem too. There's too many puppets. And I don't like that. But both the wrestlers need to step up to Vince McMahon. There's too many yes men, man. There's too many yes men. All right. Okay. Man, I wish Ted DiBiase Jr. was still wrestling. He's quit. He quit too young. Ted DiBiase Jr. was underrated. Legacy should have been big for both Cody and Tag. If Triple H was running WWE, he would not let none of this trash crap that's going on happen right now, and that's facts. So yeah. Steve Austin, Stone Cold Steve Austin. We got some news on Stone Cold Steve Austin. Earlier this week, it was reported that WWE Hall of Famer Steve Austin could be competing at WrestleMania 38. On the latest edition of the Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer noted that Steve Austin versus Kevin Owens is on the card for WrestleMania. However, it is currently unknown whether or not the match will be happening on night 1 or night 2 of the pay-per-view, but the match is planned. The build for the match started on Monday Night Raw this week when Owens trash-talked Texas. This will be Steve Austin's first match in 19 years since he was beaten by The Rock at WrestleMania 19. Since that time, Austin has been inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame and has shown up to WWE in different roles, from being a general manager to a special guest referee. Nowadays, his primary role for the company are his popular Broken Skull sessions on the WWE Network / Peacock. Last April on the Talk is Jericho podcast, Austin was asked if he had ever seriously considered an in-ring comeback. Man, not really, Austin responded. I think Vince tried talking me to coming back a couple times, but you know, Chris, I love the business so much, I love it more than anybody else. I can only speak for myself, but I love the damn business. It hurt me so much to leave it, and to me, going back for one match. Man, why? What am I proving? What are they going to remember? It ain't about the money. It took me a long time, damn near 3 years, to get over the fact that I left the business. Austin added that returning to the ring for just one match will be anticlimactic. To get hooked on it again just for one match, and to me, it would have been so anticlimactic. Austin admitted. Go out there and do it, and then whatever the finish was. And then the people go home, but what does it all mean in the big picture? Stone Cold had a comeback, and the match was a 3.5 Meltzer 5-star rating. It ain't great enough. And even if I crush it, what would it mean? I just have to say, man, stay away. And I've stayed away. This is another problem with WWE. And, you know, I don't want to hear anything from any WWE shill out there, any WWE drone. You know, I don't want, this is the comments I'm going to get. Oh, but Sting is 62 years old and he's wrestling in AEW. So why are you complaining about Steve Austin wrestling in WWE? So we're depending on a 57-year-old Stone Cold Steve Austin. I believe he's 57. Stone Cold, how old is Stone Cold? I believe he's 57. Yeah. We are depending on a 57-year-old Stone Cold Steve Austin to sell tickets, to draw ratings. This guy is 57 years old, and we're depending on Stone Cold Steve Austin to sell out WrestleMania. Are you serious? And I know a lot of people are hyped about Stone Cold Steve Austin coming back and wrestling at WrestleMania. But I'm not. I'm not really hyped about Stone Cold Steve Austin coming back. But why? There goes WWE again, depending on our part-timer to take away the spotlight from the Untitled. Like, where is Finn Balor? Why is Finn Balor not being used on the main roster? You can't make money off of Finn Balor? You don't know what to do with him? Are you serious right now? We're depending on Stone Cold Steve Austin. And I'm speaking the truth. You know, I know a lot of people... Excuse me. I know a lot of people are hyped up about Stone Cold coming back. But me, it's just another part-timer taking away the spotlight. Are you serious right now? Are you serious? Why is Stone Cold wrestling? Well, why? Just why? Oh, but Sting is 62 and he's wrestling AEW. Okay, Sting and Stone Cold Steve Austin is different. Sting on one side is aiding Darby Allin. He's helping Darby Allin. Yeah, you don't see Sting taking up the spotlight from the other talent. You don't see Sting taking up the spotlight from Sammy Guevara, Jungle Boy, Adam Cole, Lee Moriarty, who else? Dante Martin, Powerhouse Hobbs, Ricky Starks. You don't see Sting taking up the spotlight from those talents. You don't see that. Meanwhile, Stone Cold, they just gotta bring Stone Cold back because they're desperate. You just gotta bring Stone Cold back, huh? I don't get it, bro. I just don't get it. Taking up the spotlight from the young talent. And I keep complaining about this so much. Oh, Alex, why do you complain? Because I care. I care, bro. I care. And don't the guy have neck issues? Because apparently the guy broke Austin. Austin broke his neck in WWE. He was wrestling Owen Hart. I believe it was for the Intercontinental Championship in 19. What is it? When was it? 1997? It was 97, I believe. I believe it was at one of those was it at In Your House pay-per-view in 1997? Yeah, I gotta check and see. But yeah, Owen Hart hit a power driver and Stone Cold broke his neck off of that. Yeah. The guy has neck issues. Why are they trying to bring him back out there? And I heard WWE's bringing back Kurt Angle. Oh, it was SummerSlam 1997. Yeah. But just why? It's very stupid. Very stupid. WWE reportedly planning twists and turns at Elimination Chamber. The Elimination Chamber premium... Did I just call it a premium live event, bro? The Elimination Chamber premium event. Why do I keep calling premium event? Pay-per-view. The Elimination Chamber pay-per-view takes place this Saturday in Saudi Arabia. This will mark the final stop on the road to WrestleMania and is going to set up several matches for that pay-per-view. On the latest edition of the Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer noted that he has been told that twists and turns will be coming at Elimination Chamber. However, it is unknown exactly what those will be and how they will affect things. Of course, with WrestleMania 38 just around the corner, WWE is hoping to build as much interest as possible. Just last month, both the men and women's Royal Rumbles were run by people, ex-UFC people, not advised for the match ahead of time. The company was reportedly planning on having Steve Austin compete at WrestleMania this year. Don't know why, and it's stupid because you're desperate. And you can't sell out AT&T Stadium. So you gotta depend on Steve Austin, Kurt Angle, and both of those guys have neck issues. Kevin Owens is expected to be the potential opponent for the Texas Rattlesnake. Meanwhile, Cody Rose is also reportedly set to be returned to WWE at some stage after leaving AEW. It is said that Vince McMahon has big plans for Cody Rose, which could include a featured WrestleMania 38 match. Ooh, I wonder against who? We'll get into that later. Twists and turns? So you're playing in twists and turns. That fears me, honestly. Twist and turns. No, look at that. Look at the words in quotation marks. Twist and turns. And the main match that has me worried is Roman and Goldberg. Because what if the twist and turn is having Goldberg win the championship and then Goldberg gets involved in Lesnar and Reigns and they make it a triple threat match at WrestleMania? God forbid if that happens. God forbid. Just why? Roman Reigns better not lose that championship, bro. I swear to God. I swear to God. All right, we got a WWE release. WWE releases longtime commentator Carlos Cabrera. Longtime commentator Carlos Cabrera is no longer with WWE. As seen in the video below, Hugo Sabino, I can't pronounce it. Hugo, we're going to call it Hugo. Cabrera's former colleague on the Spanish language announce team revealed that WWE released Cabrera from his contract on Wednesday. PWI Insider has confirmed the departure. There's no word yet on why Carlos Cabrera was let go, but we'll keep you updated. And here's the big line right here, man. Carlos Cabrera had been with WWE for just under 30 years. Let me repeat that. Carlos Cabrera has been with WWE for almost 30 years, and he gets released. Since 1993, he did play-by-play commentary for more than 25 different WrestleMania events, more than anyone else in WWE history. I'm going to repeat that line one more time. Carlos Cabrera had been with WWE for just under 30 years. Since 1993, he did play-by-play commentary for more than 25 different WrestleMania events, more than anyone else in WWE history. What does that go to show you? It goes to show you that nobody is safe. They don't care how long you've been with the company. They don't care if you've been with them for 30 years, 20 years, 15 years, 10 years. They'll still let you go, man. Nobody is safe. They don't care how long you've been with them. Oh, this guy's been with us for 30 years? Get him out of here. This guy's been with us for 15 years? Get him out of here. Oh, this guy's been with us for 20 years. Get him out of here. Carlos Cabrera was the voice of that Spanish announce team for WWE. Yeah, man. You could be with it don't matter how many years you've been with the company, bro. they will still let you go. They'll still let you go. Crazy. I'm gonna read the chat in a little bit after we get into get our news out the way. I'm gonna read the chat in a little bit. Be patient, fellas. Be patient. All right. Tegan Knox. Now Nitson Newell. How do you pronounce it? Tegan Knox on why she thinks WWE released her. Tegan Knox revealed what she was feeling around the time of her WWE release on the latest episode of Into the Danger Zone with my guy Chris Dinker, man. In Knox's eyes, the product appeared to be reverting back to an era she didn't fit into. Let me repeat that line again. In Tegan Knox's eyes, the product appeared to be reverting back into an era she didn't fit into. This woman came on Chris Dinker's podcast and spoke 100% facts. She said, in quotation, as we can see watching the product now, is very much the diva era coming back. I just always felt like I was always on the chopping block, even if I could wrestle. I was not as much of a personality or character for them. I'm going to read that line again. It's very much the diva era coming back. I just always felt like I was on the chopping block. Even if I could wrestle, I was not as much as a personality or a character for them. Nailed it. Nailed it. This sentiment comes at a time when NXT was, in particular, is currently more character driven than ever before. For someone who relied more on technical abilities than looks, the writing was on the wall for Tegan Knox's release. Her main roster call-up came in July of 2021, but she never felt comfortable in her new spot. She never felt comfortable. Why do you bring these people up to the main roster if you're not going to do anything with them? She knew the writing on the wall, and I'm glad she's a smart one. I'm in more of a firing lineup here, Knox says. Like, I can do one thing wrong and I could be gone the next week. Let me repeat that. I'm in more of a firing lineup here. Like, I can do one thing wrong and I could be gone the next week. Knox remarked, everyone's walking on eggshells. You don't want to step out of line just in case something could go wrong, which luckily I guess I really didn't do anything wrong. Tegan Knox's suspicions of becoming next on the chopping block came true on November 18th, 2021. Knox's release came alongside the cutting of 7 other superstars. The news came just weeks after over a dozen of superstars were also cut from WWE's roster. WWE's reasoning behind the releases were due to budget cuts. However, Knox doesn't believe that to be the case. And Tegan Knox, listen to what she said. Typical WWE program doesn't feature women with Tegan Knox's look. To her, the company might not have it used for a girl covered in tattoos. To her, the company might not have a use for a girl covered in tattoos. With multicolored hair might not be something. So, Shotzi Blackheart, Dakota Kai, there goes Dakota Kai's chance of seeing on the main roster. She has tattoos. She has multicolored hair. I just didn't fit in a demographic. It's my true belief. Nothing to do with budget cuts. I just didn't fit the look or the idea of what they wanted for their female wrestlers. Let me read that again. I just didn't fit in the demographic. It's my true belief. Nothing to do with budget cuts. I just didn't fit the look or the idea of what they wanted in their female wrestlers. She's right. Tegan Knox nailed it. Right there. She nailed the coffin. She nailed it. The company does not have use for a girl covered in tattoos with multicolored hair. Look at what happened to Ruby Riott. Ruby Riott. Shotzi Blackheart. She'll be on the chopping block. She's covered in tattoos. She got multicolored hair. Shotzi Blackheart doesn't fit the demographic. So you're gonna end up releasing Shotzi Blackheart. WWE is not going to push a woman like Shotzi Blackheart. WWE is not going to push a woman like Dakota Kai on the main roster. Dakota Kai has tattoos. She got multicolored hair. Now, don't get me wrong, they're beautiful women, but WWE is not going to use them. They don't fit the demographic. You know? This is what WWE, the women's demographic. Okay, if you're not a brunette, if you're not blonde, if you're not, if you don't have a perky ass, if you don't have big tits, then we don't have anything for you. Look at Toxic Attraction. Why? Let's be real. Why does Toxic Attraction have those titles? Because of their looks. Why is Cora Jade being pushed to the moon? Because of her looks. Why is Mandy Rose NXT Women's Champion? Because of her looks and sex appeal. I'm telling you, man. If you're not blonde, you don't have a perky ass, you don't have big tits, they ain't looking for you, man. They're not looking for you. Ain't that a sexist? Ain't that a sexist? Body shaming, huh? So basically, you're not going to push women like Piper Niven. You're not going to push. You're rarely doing anything with Rhea Ripley. She's tatted up. Who else? Who else can I think of? Yeah. And WWE's not going to put... Oh, Kaylee Ray. They're not going to push a woman like Kaylee Ray on the main roster. They're not going to push a woman like Io Shirai. They're not going to push Shayna. Because of her looks. I don't even think they'll push Kaylee Ray. They won't push Kaylee Ray. They won't push Io. When they come to the main roster, they'll kill them. Oh, and you know, whoa. You know how WWE treats their Japanese talent and their overseas talent. Whoa. And their Hispanic talent. If your name is not Becky, Sasha, Bayley, Charlotte, and Bianca as of right now, until Bayley comes back, if you're not any of those four women, bye-bye. You don't cut it. But WWE is not going to push a woman like Dakota Kai. They're not going to push Shotzi Blackheart. They're not going to push Shayna Baszler. They didn't want to push Toni Storm, probably because she's a foreign woman. They don't want to push those people. Rousey, think about this, my lady. Yeah, she's Latina. You know how WWE treats Hispanic talent. Yeah, the woman. Yeah, she's Latina. WWE is not going to push a woman like. Well, they might push Roxy. Don't get your hopes up because she's only 20 years old and they're looking for young talent. So yeah, women under 25. Oh yeah, WWE is not signing anybody under the. They're not signing women's professional wrestlers under the age of 25. So if you're over 25 years old, nah, we ain't looking for you. These are the requirements if WWE wants to sign you, and you're a women's wrestler. Okay, yeah, Tony is blonde, but Vince still buried her. Yeah, you know how Vince treats his overseas talent that comes from out the country. So yeah. But they're not gonna push a woman like Shotzi Blackheart. They're not gonna push a woman like Rhea Ripley's gonna be dead anyway on the main roster. So yeah. They're not gonna push those women. Cody Rose. Because Tony is not American. She has Vince. It's the authenticity. Yeah, the authenticity. Hopefully they take I swear to God, if you bury Rousey, I'm going to be legitimately pissed. Bury Rousey, I'll be pissed. I'll be one pissed off guy on this channel. I swear to God, if you bury her, bro. Cody Rose. There is said to be plenty of support for Cody Rose and Brandon Rose when AEW, according to Fightful Select. While there were some disagreements between Rose and AEW President Tony Khan that led to the departure, word is that the split was at least admissible, however you pronounce it. There have been some positive stories coming out of AEW of Rose doing things for the roster, like setting up a bar at Daly's place, while others have said this relationships over the past few years have been a detriment. Regarding the mood at Wednesday's AEW Dynamite in Nashville, word is that things were business as usual, with one source noting that it was a reminder that this is pro wrestling and life goes on. It was said that nothing seemed out of ordinary, and most don't expect AEW to try to ignore or erase the existence of Cody Rose. He was removed from the Dynamite intro, but that's standard. I believe people said Excalibur mentioned Cody last night during the Sammy Guevara and Darby Allin match, because that's who Cody Rose dropped the TNT Championship to, Sammy Guevara. So yeah. Cody Rose is still expected to sign with WWE, but he had not inked a new deal at last word. So he hasn't signed it. He hasn't put down pen to paper officially. It was reported on Wednesday that Brandy is not expected to join Cody in WWE. Good. There's a prevailing belief within the WWE locker room that Rose fell out of power in AEW and wanted a significant raise. So he wanted the blue cheddar. He wanted some more of that. But it should be noted that either Rose or AEW officials have mentioned this yet. There has been some excitement and shock over Rose likely return to WWE, and some top stars are reportedly ready to welcome back with open arms. One top talent said that Rose's return will be great for fans and considers it to be the most interesting thing in WWE in a long time. Brandy's A Shot of Brandy digital series is being actively pitched and shopped around, as Brandy will retain the rights to that show. A Shot of Brandy, where Brandy, brings his wrestlers over and she cooks and does whatever. I don't watch the show, neither do I care. So yeah. There has been some speculation on Brandy's pro wrestling future, as many believe she will continue to try and pursue an in-ring career. Hopefully not. I don't want to see her in the ring. She was reportedly spotted training in the ring at the Nightmare Factory school earlier this week. So Cody Rose, man. I'm 50-50 on this situation. 50% is telling me that this is a work. 50% is telling me that it's not a work. We can see Cody Rose on Monday Night Raw next Monday. We can see Cody Rose on SmackDown this week. Hey, we can even see Cody Rose at the Elimination Chamber. Who knows? In Saudi Arabia. We can see Cody Rose before WrestleMania. We can see Cody Rose after WrestleMania. So yeah. But if Cody Rose goes to WWE, he needs to think long and hard. Now WWE is willing to give you all the money they want. Now WWE is going to be willing. They're going to give that guy more money. They're gonna give this guy a lot of money. They're going to give. I'm guaranteeing you right now. They're gonna give him a lot of money. He might take it. He might take it, and hopefully Cody Rose knows who he's working for. You're working for Vince McMahon. You're working for Bruce Pritchard. You're working for Nick Khan, and you're working for John Laurinaitis. He needs money. I don't think this is a money issue. I think it's just his ego. If Cody Rose signs with WWE, he better be world champion his first year. I don't care. But, you know, if Cody Rose comes to WWE, I pray to God. I wish him nothing but the best. You know, I love Cody Rose. You know? He's working for Satan himself. It looks like Cody's going to have more money than Kevin Owens. And here's the thing. WWE can still release Cody because of the money he's getting in his contract. Yeah, there's no job security with WWE. You know, Cody Rose can be offered everything. They can give him all these promises, and you know, one day they just said, I don't need you no more. Goodbye. That's what they'll do. Cody Rose, if Cody Rose comes to WWE, you strap a rocket on that guy. You strap a rocket on Cody Rose, and he becomes world champion his first year in WWE. His first year back. And Cody Rose could be your guy to take down Roman Reigns. He could be the guy to take down Roman Reigns, honestly. It looks like Cody is going to have more money than Kevin Owens. Oh, I already read that. Look at Braun Strowman. He was the highest paid wrestler in the company, and he got released because of it last year. Highest paid talent. Still got released. Once again, it don't matter how much bread you're making. They don't care if you're making millions. They don't care if you're making 20 million. They'll still release you. And then WWE comes out with, oh, we made over $1 billion in 2021. So how are you telling me you made over $1 billion, but yet you got to use budget cuts as an excuse to get rid of top tier talent? So we're using budget cuts, but you came out with over $1 billion in the conference call. Cody wanted to turn heel. That's what a lot of people are saying. Create a star at WWE. Honestly, Cody Rose better be world champion his first year, or else I'm gonna have a serious problem. Will you buy WWE 2K22 when it comes out? More than likely not, but maybe. Depends on how the game comes out after it releases, and I'm gonna watch some content creators play it and see if I want to go out and buy it. So yeah. All right, I'm gonna take a water break, and then we're gonna get into Elimination Chamber predictions. Cody might go to SmackDown. Yeah, you can see Cody Rose on SmackDown next week. I was on mute. So yeah. All right. Elimination Chamber predictions. I'm gonna start from the least match I don't care about, and majority of the card I don't care for. I just don't care. I'm gonna be real with y'all right now. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's like 6 matches I don't care for. I do not care for this show at all. Cora Jade eating a Pop-Tart? Yep. I love Pop-Tarts too, man. Strawberry is my favorite. I don't eat another. That's the only Pop-Tart flavor I eat. Look at some wrestlers who came back to WWE in their second / multiple runs, like Mickey James, Hardy Boys, EC3, John Morrison, and Shelton Benjamin. Yes, I know SmackDown is pre-taped tomorrow, but I was talking about next Friday he could show up. Because next Friday will be live. February 25th. If you had a choice to bring back a WWE superstar, who would it be? Someone who's on the free agent market, I will bring back. Who's on the free agent market? I'll bring back Bray Wyatt, Adam Cole, Johnny Gargano. Somebody to be made off of. But let's get into Elimination Chamber, man. It is 8:52, man. We've been going on for an hour. All right, first match I'm gonna start with Drew McIntyre versus Madcap Moss. Who cares? Who cares? Absolutely no one. No one cares. Drew McIntyre comes back to WWE, you know, after dominating the Indies and in Impact Wrestling as some Drew Galloway. He comes back to WWE. He wins the Royal Rumble in 2020. He takes down Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. Drew McIntyre has a run with the WWE Championship, drops it to Randy Orton one time, wins it back before Survivor Series. And then Drew McIntyre drops the championship to Bobby Lashley. And they got Drew McIntyre, and he's nothing fused. Nothing is intriguing about Drew McIntyre. And it's Correa's fault. So I'm going to go with Drew McIntyre. Easy. I don't care. Next match. Rey Mysterio versus The Miz. Who cares? Absolutely nobody. Nobody. Absolutely no one. Rey Mysterio actually talked about he might be retiring this year. So the perfect retirement match is Rey Mysterio versus Dominic Mysterio. Put Dominic over and you give Dominic the mask. The Miz, I can care less about The Miz. Now his feud with Dolph Ziggler in 2016 over the Intercontinental Championship was pretty good. But I'm going to go with Rey Mysterio. Next up, the Usos versus the Viking Raiders for the tag team titles, SmackDown tag team titles. Who cares? Absolutely nobody. Nobody. Nobody cares. There's no tag team division. Who cares? There's literally no tag team division. Now, if I was booking, I would have to rebuild that tag team division. Bring Imperium, the Grizzled Young Veterans, MSK, Viking Raiders, Usos, New Day, Mustache Mountain. I would bring them up. You know, give them to come work for the States. Mustache Mountain. Who else? Street Profits. That's 8 tag teams. All right. That's 8 tag teams. I would even put Cesaro and Sheamus back together. That's the bar. That's 9 tag teams. Alpha Academy. That's 10. That's 10 tag teams. Hey, Alex, that's a good idea for more tag teams. Yeah. Imperium, Grizzly Young Veterans, MSK. Yeah, there's no brand split. Yeah, Imperium, Grizzly Young Veterans, MSK, Alpha Academy, Street Profits, Usos, New Day, Mustache Mountain. RK Bro. RK Bro about to be broken up. So yeah. So yeah. I'm gonna go with the Usos to retain. Nobody's taking the titles off the Usos. Who's gonna beat the Usos? All right. Ronda Rousey and Naomi versus Charlotte Flair and Sonya Deville. Who cares? No one. Ronda Rousey and Naomi. I'm going with them. Ronda Rousey, Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania. Sasha Banks gets involved. Triple threat. That's what you do. That's the match. Ronda Rousey and Charlotte will be a dead crowd at AT&T Stadium. Naomi and Sonya Deville, you do the match. On either a SmackDown taping or WrestleMania. That's your blow-off match. End the feud between those two. End it. Move on to something else. I'm gonna get the mid-card championship ready. No tag team titles. I would throw Naomi's name in there for my inaugural mid-card women's champion. The WWE Women's Pure Championship. Please start a petition for me to get me to work for WWE Creative and let me be in charge. Please get a petition. But this Naomi and Sonya Deville stuff needs to end. This has been going on since August. Since Naomi came over to SmackDown around August, September, this feud needs to end. So after this tag team match, Ronda Rousey, Charlotte Flair, Sasha Banks is your WrestleMania main event for night one. Naomi, Sonya, excuse me. Naomi, Sonya Deville, do it at WrestleMania. Let Naomi get her WrestleMania moment. End the feud. Move on to something else. Put Sonya Deville back in a wrestler role. And get her out of this management role. Alice, if you were in charge, what you would do? No brand split. Championships means something. Fresh matches every week. Opportunities for young talent to get over. It could be a one-year feud between Naomi and Sonya Deville. Yeah, that could even be for the Women's Pure Championship. In the finals of the tournament, and Naomi is the inaugural Women's Champion for the mid-card division. Bam! That's it. It's not that hard to book professional wrestling, fellas. If you just try. All right. Oh, I can't believe I'm saying her name. Becky Lynch versus Lita. Again, I don't care. Now, I know a lot of y'all hype about Lita coming back, but Lita is just taking a spot away from the young talent. Becky Lynch versus Lita. I don't care. I don't. And the match is predictable anyway. Becky Lynch is not going into WrestleMania without that Raw Women's Championship. Typical booking. Typical WWE booking. So Becky Lynch is going to retain. And for the Women's Elimination Chamber, you got Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Doudrop, Nikki Ash, and Alexa Bliss. Who's believable in the match? Only two of them are believable opponents to win the match. Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair. I was watching their match last night from NXT TakeOver Portland, and that really reminded me of, what they had on Monday night, man. Those matches were very good between very, fun to watch between Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair. You know. Whew. Liv Morgan's not winning the match. I'm sorry for you Liv Morgan fans out there. I gotta give y'all the truth, but Liv Morgan's not gonna win. Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair are the only two believable winners. They will be the final two in the chamber. Doudrop, no. Nikki Ash, no. Alexa Bliss, no. But knowing WWE, I'll be if they go with Alexa Bliss, I'll be pissed off, bro. You know what? Bianca Belair or Rhea Ripley needs to win. Bianca can go to WrestleMania. She can challenge Becky for the championship. She gets her redemption. So-called long-term storytelling. For all these WWE drones defended it. They defended this garbage when Bianca lost in 26 seconds. Oh, let it play out. Let it play out. It's long-term storytelling, man. Let it play out. Why should we let things play out with WWE? Bianca needs to win this match, and if she doesn't win, and if she doesn't beat Becky at WrestleMania, her push is dead. And you heard it from me first. If Bianca Belair doesn't win the chamber, and she doesn't win the championship and beat Becky at WrestleMania, her push is dead. I'm telling you right now, her push is dead. Roman Reigns versus Goldberg. Huh. Twists and turns, huh? Twists and turns. Like I read that news report earlier. Roman Reigns should not drop the Universal Championship. Roman Reigns should not lose. Roman Reigns should hold that Universal Championship until a new, fresh young star is built up and is ready to take the spotlight. Roman Reigns should not lose to Goldberg. Roman Reigns should beat him. The match should not go past 5 minutes. Anybody that's okay with Goldberg beating Roman Reigns they need to get their eyes checked, honestly. I'm sorry. Bobby Lashley, Brock Lesnar, Seth Rollins, Austin Theory, Matt Riddle, AJ Styles for the WWE Championship. So now, you don't put yourself into the corner. You got to put the championship on Brock Lesnar just to get to Brock and Roman for the championship versus championship match, and the winner takes all. So now you make Bobby Lashley a transitional champion. Let me go back and show you and read something to y'all. Let me go back. Let me go back and read something to y'all. Why is Brock in the chamber match? He won the Royal Rumble. If you wanted to do the title versus title match, you should have had Brock retain at the Royal Rumble. He didn't need to drop the title just for him to win the Royal Rumble an hour later. Okay. So I'm going to pull up the last... Okay, I'm going to start from... I'm going to start from Randy Orton. Randy Orton held the WWE Championship for Hold up. Let me go back and check. Okay. We're back. Okay. Now I'm on track. Okay. Randy Orton wins the WWE Championship on October 25th, 2020 at Hell in a Cell in Orlando, Florida, when there was no fans, obviously. So he holds the championship for 22 days. Then he loses to Drew McIntyre on the November 16, 2020 episode of Monday Night Raw. Drew McIntyre holds the championship for 97 days. Then The Miz won the championship, cashed in on Drew McIntyre at the Elimination Chamber. Held it for 8 days. Bobby Lashley wins it from The Miz on March 1st, 2021. Holds it for 196 days. Big E cashes in, hot shot booking. Holds it for 110 days. Brock Lesnar wins it on New Year's Day at day 1. Holds the championship for 28 plus days. Bob Lashley has been the WWE champion for 14 plus days. You are literally playing hot potato with the WWE championship. You have people saying, okay, I would have AJ Styles win the championship and then have Edge beat him at WrestleMania and then have Orton beat him at WrestleMania. So you're playing hot potato with the shout out to Dakota Kai. Make sure I got a rapper. Yeah. Favorite. So you playing hot potato with the championship. You passed the title from Big E to Brock Lesnar. Then Big E. So you gotta pass the championship to Big E. You're gonna pass it to Brock Lesnar, pass it back to Lashley, pass it back to Lesnar, pass it back. No. Pass it to Styles, pass it to Edge, pass it to Orton. That dude. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is 5, 6 transitional champions. Y'all playing hot potato with the championship. It's like y'all playing a game of basketball with the championship. No, you can't book like that. You cannot book like that. That is terrible creative. Hot potato in the championship, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I don't like that. I didn't like that in AEW when it was playing hot potato with the TNT championship. Where for an example, when Sammy beat Miro, he was a transitional champion to Cody, and then Cody drops the title back to Sammy when he came back from COVID. And now people want Andrade to win the title at Revolution. You're gonna make Sammy a 2-time transitional champion. You can't do that. You want Sammy to be a 2-time transitional champion? First it was with Cody. Now you want it to happen at Revolution with Andrade? No. You cannot book like that. That is terrible creative. You can't do it. Jurassic Express probably going to have to give those titles to LAX at Revolution. That will make Jurassic Express a transitional champion. No, you can't book like that. That is terrible creative. You can't play hot potato with your championships. If you are running a wrestling promotion, you cannot play hot potato with the championship belts. I've seen it in every company. And I don't like that. Stop doing this. Any wrestling promotion out there, do not play hot potato with your championships. It devalues your championships and it hurts the prestige. It hurts the value. You cannot do that. That is uncreative and it's bad booking 101. Never play hot potato with your championships. That's like me with my Women's Peer Championship. That's like me putting the belt on Naomi just for her to pass it to Shayna Baszler 1 month later. 2 months later, she passes it to Roxy. 2 months later, she passes it to Selena Vega. And then 2 months later, she passes it to Liv Morgan. That's hot potato booking. You can't do that. That is uncreative. You cannot book like that. No, that is not good creative. I'm sorry, is not. Pro wrestling is dying at this point from King Wrestling. It's on life support. And I will agree because more YouTubers like me need to come on here and speak the truth. Transitional champions are not good for the business. They're not good. You got to protect your champions. You have to make them look strong. You can't not play hot potato. Your champions have to hold the championships for 3 months or more before you can pass the championship to another person. Champions should hold the championships for 3 months or more before you can get the championship to anybody else. You cannot book like that. So now you're trying. So now you're putting Bobby Lashley in a position to be a transitional champion. And if Goldberg beats Roman Reigns, I'm going to be one legitimately pissed guy. You're going to have Roman Reigns lose to Goldberg, lose a over 500-day streak, just for him to pass it back to Roman Reigns. That's a transitional champion. People want Lita to beat Becky, and then Lita's going to have to give the title right back to Becky. That's a transitional champion. Or give it back to Bianca at Mania. That's a transitional champion. You cannot book like that. That is uncreative and terrible booking. If you are running a wrestling promotion, do not ever book like that. Do not ever do that. Don't you ever hot potato your championships. Don't you ever make anybody a transitional champion. Don't ever do that. Roman's run will be a waste of time. Yes, I agree. If Goldberg beats him, which shouldn't happen. Watch WWE do something dumb at the Chamber. If I made a wrestling company, I would not do hot potato. You just can't do that, man. You can't just put the belt on five different people in 5 months, in 5-6 months. You can't be doing 1, 2, 3, 4 in 5 months. I'm too smart and respectful to not have transitional champions. To not have transitional champions. I hate transitional champions. Who do you want to be WWE champ? I would keep the belt on Lashley, to be honest. I would keep the belt on Lashley. But you just can't book like that. People saying Andrade should win the TNT Championship at Revolution. No! You better make my boy Sammy a 2-time transitional champ. You can't book like that, man. You just can't book like that. So, if Sammy Guevara loses that TNT Championship at Revolution, when did Guevara win the championship? January 26th, February 26th would be 30 days. February 5th will be 36. Sammy Guevara will hold the champion. Will have held the TNT Championship for 37 days if he dropped the title at Revolution. No, I'm serious. Sammy Guevara will hold the TNT Championship for 37 days. Excuse me, 39 days. 39 days. Sammy Guevara will hold the championship for 39 days if that was to happen. It's Bob Lashley and then Big E and then Lesnar. And then Lesnar drops it. I don't get it. If Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus drop the titles at Revolution, which it shouldn't happen, they should wait till Double or Nothing to drop them to Santana Ortiz. If Jurassic Express held the titles until Revolution, they would have had held the titles for 62 days. 61 days. Sammy Guevara 39 days. Jurassic Express 61 days. You cannot book like that. You just can't. How long was Cody Rose TNT champion? Cody Rose was TNT champion for 1, 8, 15, 2, 3, 44 days, I believe. 44 days. Actually, 31 days. I'm getting my days mixed up. I'm sorry. Cody Rose was TNT champion for 31 days before he dropped it back to Sammy Guevara. It had me wondering if Cody Rose didn't show up to that, if Cody Rose showed up to that Battle of the Belt show to face Sammy, was Cody supposed to drop it back to Sammy that night? That would have made him TNT champion for 14 days. You just can't book like that. You just can't. Who do you want to be the next Universal Champion? Tommaso Ciampa, if he's built up right, but he's probably going to Monday Night Raw. If Sammy retains the title at Revolution and drops the belt at Double or Nothing, who do you want him to drop the title to? You can drop it to Andrade at Double or Nothing. For Revolution, that is a huge no. Jurassic Express and Sammy G don't need to lose. They don't. But anyway, guys, that's it, man. That is it for the stream. I'm getting out of here. Thank you guys for joining me tonight on this late Thursday night. It was only 9 o'clock. It ain't really that late, but thank you guys for joining me, man. I highly appreciate it. I will see you guys Saturday for Elimination Chamber. And who's coming to the Impact No Surrender live stream Thursday night? I mean, Saturday night, excuse me. Who's gonna join me Saturday night for the Impact Wrestling No Surrender live stream? Because I'll be doing double duty. Elimination Chamber Sunday afternoon, No Surrender Saturday night. So I'm pulling double duty. So yeah. No reaction video tomorrow. No SmackDown, no Rampage. I already seen Rampage. I don't want to watch this. I don't want to watch the show twice because I seen the show in person last night. It was pretty good. Yeah. No SmackDown because I have something else going on during those times. So, and that's more important than watching SmackDown. I'll just watch Elimination Chamber. As I do. Okay, so at least we're gonna get some sort of audience for No Surrender, because Impact Wrestling is one of my lowest audience, and I understand because nobody really watches it, and they're always pulling like over 100,000 viewers weekly. Sometimes they get under that weekly. So yeah. But anyway, guys, that is it for the live stream, man. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. And I'm about to get out of here. I'm about to go lay down and chill, watch the NBA. The Bucks are down by 3 to the 76ers. It's 100-97 right now in the fourth quarter. So I believe tomorrow starts the All-Star break for the NBA. So yeah. All right, y'all. You have a good night, man. Y'all have a safe and blessed night. And I will see you guys Saturday for the Elimination Chamber. Love y'all. Take care. I'm out. And go watch the AEW Dynamite vlog if you haven't. So, make sure you go watch that. Have a good night, everybody. I love y'all. Catch y'all later.